you can't detach yourself sometimes. You're like, God, what is she doing? She's actually causing so many deaths, by a decision she's taking. My challenge is to make it dignified to the best of my ability.
Meeting you at the airports and telling you that they don't like you.
Yeah, I loved it. It's the only time I've loved hearing, we hate you, my God, you're evil. And loving to hate Mogambo. He ruined everybody in Mr. India. Hi, this is Nimrat Kaur. You're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon.
When you read the script, and do you have, is it something that you'll be conscious of if you find something which is maybe you've seen how things have happened, so
true,
is it something that you'll be careful of?
I wouldn't tiptoe around something if it is justified within the universe of the script. Because even in season 4, there were many things that the character did that I had a very hard time playing, because you can't detach yourself sometimes. You're like, God, what is she doing? She's actually causing so many deaths, by a decision she's taking. That on a human level is not right. But that is the character I'm playing. That is, you're playing a negative character. It's a straight out villainous part. It's the nemesis of the protagonist. So it's got to be interesting and impactful. So my challenge is to make it dignified to the best of my ability. I don't intend to change anything around or worry about something unless it's for effect and unless it doesn't belong in the story.
Right. Yeah. All right, so I was reading one of your interviews, and you've said that Tasneem is such a negative character that you've had people coming and meeting you at the airports and telling you that they don't like you.
Yeah, I loved it. It's the only time I've loved hearing. And I was traveling within the US, and I was traveling abroad at that time. And people would come up to me in shopping malls or airports or whatever. They'd be like, oh, we hate you. My God, you're evil. And that was like music to my ears. मैंने इतने मजे लिए उस बात के ना, मैंने कहा यार ये बात कब सुनने को मिलेगी? I said, thank you. I said, my job is well done then, thanks. And then, we'd make a joke about it, because even they know what they're saying. It's not like it comes from a malicious space. They've enjoyed hating. Like, I remember loving to hate Mogambo. He ruined everybody in Mr. India. So I used to love him. Like, there is no Mr. India without Mogambo. So not to say that, I am that iconic, but I love that emotion that, you create in a human being. That hatred, and to enjoy that, it's such a lovely moment in life.
Okay, when you are doing these shows and you speak the language very nicely as well, even now when you're speaking, you have this very wonderful vocabulary. I believe you like to read a lot as well. You write as well, from what I understand. You like to write poetry, right? So could you tell us what exactly do you like to read?
So nowadays...
And does that help?
I think it helps in opening up your mind, and you read, otherwise you only repeat what you know. And I think that it's nice to know other people's ideas. So I'm not a voracious reader, because I think thanks to social media now, half your time goes into Instagram and Twitter, and I like to read articles a lot. I really enjoy that. Sometimes editorials here and there, newspapers or wherever. That's fun. Books wise, I am not as good as a reader as I used to be. It has come down a bit. The last book I really loved, of course, was Sapiens. You must have heard of it. That's one of the most important books of our times. I think it takes a very interesting look at the society and how the world is right now and where it's come from, and it kind of trivializes what needs to be trivialized, just everything around us. It's very, very cool like that. Yeah, otherwise, there's so much that, you can, like back in the day, I feel like 10 years back, one had access to knowledge through newspapers and books. Now it's TED Talks, now it's podcasts, there's so much out there. So it's a whole, I keep a mix.
When it comes to doing a series like Homeland, what sort of preparation do you have to do in terms of your voice tonality and your pronunciations? Is that something that you look into? I
honestly, I'm going in a little bit cold, in the sense that there is no physical preparation, because there is no physical transformation required in any way. I am required to be exactly how I am. And of course, the costume and the universe they put you in does everything for you. and the writers are so incredible with the staging of your character and the way they'll prop you up. That you actually just need to be present, and this is something I realized in season 4 as well. It was like a 2 or 3 scene part in every episode, but that did it made more noise than sometimes being around for a very long time, in something else that you may have done.
Okay.
Because it's about how you are, portrayed and how you are pitched. So that pitch is so tailor-made and it's so lovely that you literally have to put on what they do for you and do justice to that. So for me, I think I will, like what I had done last time was that I introduced a little bit of Punjabi and Urdu because, we are all the same. Punjab is, more than half of it is in Pakistan, and my ancestors come from Pakistan, Rawalpindi, Lahore. So in my understanding, we are really all the same. Borders are just borders. It's just, history and what that's done to us. So for me, I felt like, I can be this person from Pakistan. I would be the same girl.
Right.
My upbringing might be different, but I would be the same.
Right.
So I've introduced a little bit of that. So I'll maintain that. I'll put in my Punjabi and Urdu wherever I can, because I enjoy that. I like to have a little local flavor wherever I can, introduce that. So other than that, there is no real training. There's no real preparation, because you kind of have to be in the moment. When shooting starts, it all happens quite quick because they have deadlines. It's not a feature, so there are 10 days to be, or maybe 2 weeks they shoot one episode in, and you are scheduled for XYZ days, and you will be done with your work exactly in that time.
Right. Yeah.
So you better,
they're far more professional. Yeah.
Yeah, you better put your best foot forward then. Hi, this is Nimrat Kaur. You're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon.